Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not let your finger touch that back button. I mean it. This is not the algorithm playing a random trick on your feed today. Heaven forcefully routed this exact frequency to your screen because a window of absolute danger and massive blessing is opening. Exactly 14 minutes ago, a divine verdict was declared over your life. Something absolutely extraordinary has just occurred in the highest courts of heaven. The angels have been assembled right now. The Holy Spirit has personally dispatched a specific map of direction for your next steps. I want you to understand something that will change your entire timeline. You did not find these words by accident. I personally orchestrated your steps. Listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. I know you have been physically exhausted lately. You wake up at 3 in the morning with a heavy chest. You wonder if your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling. You look around and see others moving forward while you feel completely left behind in the dark. The enemy wants you to believe you are stuck forever. You have spent your entire life being the strong one for everyone else. You are the bleeding empath who absorbs the pain of the room, but you are left entirely alone when you are the one hurting. You think your isolation is a punishment. You think you are losing people because you are not good enough. Dry your hidden tears right now. The waiting season is officially over. But there is a hidden mechanism blocking this new direction from reaching your hands. The elite forces have set a deadly trap right before your finish line. They are deploying a massive spiritual illusion to scramble your frequency. Your sudden exhaustion is not a medical issue. It is a calculated spiritual symptom designed to silence the voice of heaven in your mind. This hidden snare is actively blocking the specific sound waves the Holy Spirit is sending you. If you walk away from this exact frequency right now, you will leave your spiritual doors wide open. The attacks the enemy has planned for tonight will slip through. Heaven has issued an urgent interception over your life. You have precisely 11 minutes to anchor yourself. Do not look away. What I am about to reveal to you was sealed in heaven just moments ago. Right now, the people who betrayed you are watching in absolute panic. They thought they had permanently destroyed your future, but they made one fatal miscalculation about your identity. They did not realize that the Holy Spirit is fighting your silent battles today. Everything they tried to steal from your pure energy is currently being multiplied. It is being redirected back into your hands. But you must learn how to bypass the invisible blockade. The enemy is terrified of the inheritance you are about to receive. They know that if you hear the voice of God clearly today, their entire kingdom of darkness will shatter instantly. Pay close attention. I am about to reveal the exact trap they set and how you can shatter it. The universe demands absolute focus from a chosen one right now. Do not let the noise of the world distract you from this sacred transmission. Take one slow and deep breath. Let the heavy burden fall from your weary shoulders. Heaven is about to shift your entire perspective. Stay with me, because what I am about to reveal will unlock a door. No human hand can ever shut this divine portal. The Holy Spirit is speaking directly to your situation today. The map is drawn. The coordinates of your breakthrough are already set in motion. You only need the spiritual equipment to hold the wealth. Prepare your heart for the ultimate revelation. This is your moment of absolute vindication. The silent tears you cried in the dark have watered the seeds of your massive harvest. Every closed door was merely divine protection, guiding you to this exact second. You are not crazy for feeling that a major shift is coming. It is already here. Anchor your soul to this frequency and let the divine healing begin right now. Before we go any deeper into this revelation, I need you to understand one vital truth. I know exactly how tired your physical body feels right now. You are dragging your feet through every single day just to survive. And even though you smile and tell everyone that you are fine, heaven knows the absolute truth about your silent pain. You are completely exhausted on a cellular level. The spiritual warfare you are fighting is manifesting in your physical reality. I was there in the room when you fell to your knees. You held your chest because the anxiety was so heavy you could hardly breathe. You wiped away your tears very quickly so nobody would see you break down. You carry the heavy weight of the entire world on your weary shoulders. Your nights have become a battlefield of racing thoughts and endless worries. You wake up exactly at 3 in the morning with a sudden jolt. Your heart beats fast while a strange tightness sits right in the center of your chest. And while the rest of the house is sleeping peacefully, your mind is constantly calculating how to pay the next incoming bill. Financial pressure has been suffocating your divine energy for many long months. You work so hard and you give so much of your pure light to others, but your bank account never seems to reflect the massive effort you pour out because the enemy is actively stealing your daily harvest. You feel like you are running on an endless treadmill of pure survival. The dark forces designed this specific matrix to keep you perpetually drained. Every time you think you finally catch a break, another unexpected expense suddenly appears. A car breaks down or a hidden fee drains your limited resources. You look up at the ceiling in the dark and you whisper your desperate prayers. You beg the universe for just one clear sign of immediate relief. But all you receive in return is a terrifying and absolute silence. That heavy silence is the hardest part of your entire journey. Are you wondering why heaven feels so incredibly distant when you need it the most? You see wicked people prospering with effortless ease while you struggle for basic crumbs. You ask yourself if you did something wrong to deserve this harsh reality. But you must never believe that toxic lie from the enemy. Your financial struggles are not a punishment for any past mistakes. You are not experiencing this severe lack because your faith is weak. The darkness is actively trying to starve you out because they fear your immense potential. They know that if you ever gain financial freedom, you will aggressively fund the kingdom of light. Your future wealth would become a massive weapon against their dark agenda. I see the secret drawer where you hide your deepest hopes. You have locked away your biggest dreams because you have been disappointed too many times. You are terrified to hope again because another failure might completely break your beautiful spirit. So you settle for a quiet life of survival. You try to accept this heavy burden as your permanent fate, but heaven refuses to let you settle for a life of quiet desperation. The Holy Spirit is intimately aware of every single dollar you are missing. Heaven has recorded every moment you sacrificed your own needs to help someone else. Your extreme fatigue is not a sign of your human weakness. It is the undeniable proof that you are carrying a heavy generational assignment. You are fighting spiritual battles that your ancestors left entirely unfinished. Breathe deeply right now and release that crushing guilt from your mind. Stop blaming yourself for the closed doors and the painful financial delays. The system was rigged against your pure soul from the very beginning. But the divine creator is actively dismantling that corrupt system on your behalf today while you rest in his presence. The terrifying silence you hear is actually the sound of intense preparation. Do not mistake the quietness of the universe for divine abandonment. A massive shift is gathering momentum in the unseen realm right now. The wealth that the enemy stole from your bloodline is being carefully gathered. And before I reveal exactly how this abundance will flow into your hands, you must make a physical move. You must anchor your faith in this new reality. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement with what heaven is declaring. Your massive breakthrough is arriving. Now let us talk about the heavy silence that is breaking your beautiful heart. The financial pressure is brutal, but the emotional isolation is what truly tears your weary soul apart every single day. You are surrounded by many people, yet you have never felt more incredibly alone. You give everything you have to heal others, but when you are the one bleeding, the room goes completely quiet. You have become a charging station for every broken soul that crosses your path. People constantly dump their heavy trauma onto your shoulders. They take your pure energy because they know you will never turn them away, and they leave you drained when they feel better. You listen to their problems while your own heart is quietly shattering. You pour from an empty cup. But look at what happens when the storm finally hits your own life. Where are those people who promised they would always stand by your side? They suddenly disappear when you need just a fraction of the love you freely gave them. They make up cheap excuses and leave you to fight your hardest battles entirely alone because they cannot handle your truth. The betrayal cuts deep. You post pictures online with a bright smile to convince everyone you are doing fine, but heaven sees exactly what happens when the dark night falls over your silent room. You collapse onto your bed and cry those silent tears that nobody else will ever wipe away. You try to be the strong pillar for your entire family, and you constantly absorb the toxic energy to keep the peace. My precious child, you are the bleeding empath of your entire bloodline. You possess a gentle spirit that absorbs the emotional atmosphere around you, and you constantly carry the hidden grief of complete strangers. This is exactly why you feel so incredibly heavy whenever you enter a crowded room. You pick up on unspoken pain that does not belong to you, and then you carry it home. The world does not understand the immense depth of your compassionate soul. They tell you to simply get over your feelings, even though your intuition is the only thing keeping them safe. They mock the spiritual gifts that actually keep their own messy lives from falling apart. You start to believe that something is fundamentally wrong with you. You wonder if your soft heart is a curse. Do not let the enemy convince you that your profound empathy is a weakness. Your ability to feel deeply is exactly what makes you a magnificent weapon of light. But the darkness wants to punish you for being pure in a toxic world, so they constantly send energy vampires to drain your beautiful light completely dry. They want to turn your heart as cold as stone, so you stop healing others. You spent months questioning why God removed certain people from your inner circle. You mourned friendships you thought would last a lifetime. You felt entirely rejected when they walked away, and you blamed yourself for not being a good enough friend to keep them around. But heaven sees the hidden conversations you never heard. I will reveal a massive secret about your isolation. That devastating rejection was not a failure of your ability to love them. It was a strict, divine intervention designed to save your spiritual life from total destruction. Those people were secretly siphoning your blessings while smiling right to your face, and the universe had to remove them before they dragged you into their dark pit. You were literally saved by this sudden isolation. Take a deep breath and let the painful sting of their betrayal leave your body. You do not need to chase after anyone who does not value your precious energy. Your season of being a sacrificial lamb for toxic people is permanently finished because heaven is currently drawing a hard boundary line around your aura. Stop grieving the exit of people who were only meant to be a temporary lesson. The Holy Spirit is gently wrapping a heavy blanket of peace around your wounded shoulders. You have bled enough for a world that refuses to say thank you. The painful silence you are sitting in right now is not a dark prison cell, but it is a highly protected sanctuary where your soul is being fully restored. Prepare yourself, because heaven will explain this mysterious waiting period. Listen to me very carefully now, because I am about to shift your entire understanding. You look up at the sky and wonder why heaven is so incredibly silent. You feel like your prayers are echoing in an empty room. But I need you to completely change how you view this painful waiting period before you give up entirely. This heavy silence is not a cruel punishment for your past mistakes. The enemy wants you to believe that God has forgotten your name. They whisper toxic lies into your mind when you are completely alone. They tell you that your divine delay is proof of your absolute failure. But do not let their dark illusions cloud your spiritual vision today. While you are desperately begging for a quick fix, heaven is meticulously building a permanent foundation for your future legacy. Think about the massive trees that survive the most brutal winter storms. Before they ever grow tall enough to touch the sky, they must do something completely hidden. They must push their roots deep into the cold and dark earth. The surface looks completely dead and empty for a very long time, but beneath the soil, a powerful foundation is being aggressively established. This is exactly what the Holy Spirit is doing in your life right now. You are in the dark soil of intense spiritual preparation. You feel buried because you cannot see the sunlight of your massive breakthrough just yet. But you are not buried. You are beautifully planted by the gentle hands of a fiercely protective Creator. While the world thinks you are fading away, the darkness is actually forcing your spiritual roots to stretch much deeper. If heaven answered your prayers immediately, your roots would be far too shallow. The first storm of criticism or betrayal would easily knock you over. The massive wealth transfer coming to your bloodline requires an unshakable emotional foundation to hold it safely. I cannot give you a heavy kingdom crown if your spiritual neck is too fragile. This divine delay is literally saving your life from future destruction. Consider the intense heat of the majestic refiner's fire. Raw gold must be thrown into a blazing furnace to burn away all the hidden impurities. You are in the divine crucible right now. The immense pressure you feel is burning away the toxic dependencies you developed over many years. Because heaven is preparing you to rule over territories, it must violently destroy your desperate need for cheap human validation before it promotes you. You are being completely purified. Every tear you cried in the dark was a vital part of this refining process. The Holy Spirit is using this quiet season to strip away everything fake. The false friends and the superficial goals are melting away in the intense heat. As the fire burns higher, you are becoming a pure vessel capable of carrying an extraordinary divine frequency for your family. Do not despise the pain of the furnace. Your flesh screams for comfort, but your spirit is getting incredibly strong. You used to panic when things did not go your way immediately. You used to beg people to stay when they clearly wanted to leave. But look at your beautiful soul now. Because you survived the silence, you are learning how to stand completely still in the middle of chaos without losing your peace. You are developing the quiet authority of a true leader. The silence of God is the ultimate complement to your spiritual maturity. A wise teacher is always quiet during a very important final test. Heaven knows that you have studied the difficult lessons of pain and empathy very well. You do not need constant hand-holding anymore because you are a powerful cycle breaker, and while you feel abandoned, the universe actually trusts you enough to let you walk through the dark alone. You are doing the heavy lifting that will bless your future generations. Your children will never have to fight the terrible demons you are destroying today. The strong roots you are pushing into the soil right now will provide peaceful shade for many centuries. This is exactly why the enemy fights you with such relentless and brutal force every day. They are absolutely terrified of the mighty tree you are quickly becoming. So dry your eyes and lift up your weary head right now. The season of hidden preparation is coming to a glorious and sudden end. The foundation is fully laid and the roots are securely anchored in the deep rock. After months of bitter tears, the silence is about to break with the loudest sound of victory your bloodline has ever heard. Heaven is preparing to flip the entire script in your favor. Before heaven can release this massive upgrade, we must address the heavy bags you carry. You are constantly dragging the painful memories of your past mistakes. You replay your old failures every single night before you sleep. And while the universe has already forgiven you, your own mind is trapped in a brutal cycle of endless self-condemnation. It is time to drop the heavy stones. The dark forces use your own memory as a weapon against your soul. They whisper that you are permanently disqualified from receiving the generational wealth transfer. They remind you of the times you trusted the wrong people and wasted your precious energy. They want you to feel so deeply ashamed that you simply give up. But the enemy is a liar. Your past does not dictate your future. Listen to me very closely right now. Your past mistakes were absolutely necessary for your spiritual evolution. You did not fail because you were weak or foolish. You simply walked through the necessary fire to understand the deep pain of human existence. Because how could you be a bleeding empath if you never felt the sting of a terrible mistake? Your scars are actually your credentials. Heaven does not see a broken vessel when it looks at your beautiful soul. The divine creator sees a magnificent warrior who survived the hardest battles. I need you to completely forgive yourself right now for not knowing better in the past. You made the best choices you could with the survival tools you had at the time. Release that toxic guilt from your weary chest immediately. This deep psychological trash is doing something incredibly dangerous to your aura. It is creating a massive wall of static noise inside your spiritual receiver. The Holy Spirit is broadcasting a clear map of direction, but your mind is too cluttered with self-hatred to catch the pure signal. You cannot receive a brand new frequency if you hold on to old vibrations. We must clean the house. Take a deep breath and let the heavy fog clear from your mind. Imagine a bright light washing away every dark thought of unworthiness. You are being washed clean by the unconditional love of heaven today. The universe is removing the heavy chains of shame that kept you bound for so many years. You are finally free to walk in total purity. The old version of you is permanently dead. You are completely and entirely forgiven. Do you feel that sudden physical shift happening in your body right now? That is the massive weight of false guilt falling off your tired shoulders. The dark clouds are parting, and your spiritual vision is becoming incredibly sharp. Because your mind is finally clear, the divine sound waves can easily reach your spirit. The blockages are gone. The enemy desperately wants you to keep looking backward at the ruins, but heaven strictly commands you to face forward because the new timeline is opening. You are a quiet master of reality, and a true master does not waste their divine energy crying over spilled milk. You gather your powerful strength, you stand up tall, and you claim your royal birthright today. Your soul is spotless. Prepare your heart because the new frequency is downloading into your spirit right now. You will no longer accept the toxic lies of self-condemnation. Whenever the darkness tries to remind you of your past, you will remind them of their imminent destruction. You are heavily protected, and your energetic vibration is rising higher than ever before. The static noise is permanently silenced. We must build a strong protective shield around this brand new mental clarity. You need a permanent anchor to keep this pure frequency flowing directly into your life. The universe requires a physical action to establish a divine energy receiving station around your aura. Hit subscribe right now to lock this sacred connection and protect your newly cleansed spirit. Heaven is ready to speak. Now we must address the painful sting of your current isolation. You look around your empty room and feel a deep sense of abandonment. You wonder why your social circle suddenly collapsed without any warning. But I need you to open your spiritual eyes right now. Your sudden loneliness is completely misunderstood. It is not what the enemy wants you to think. You were surrounded by people who claimed to love you deeply, but heaven saw the hidden daggers they held behind their backs. The narcissists in your life were masters of disguise. They smiled in your face while secretly plotting your downfall behind closed doors. You gave them your pure heart, and they quietly drained your divine energy every single day. You are a powerful beacon of light in a very dark world, and a bleeding empath will always attract the most dangerous spiritual parasites. They did not stick around because they valued your beautiful friendship. They stayed close because your bright aura was their primary food source. They were literally surviving on the massive grace that heaven poured over your life. They used your intense compassion as a weapon against your soul. Every time you forgave them, they took another piece of your precious vitality. The Holy Spirit watched this toxic exchange happening for many long months, and heaven finally decided that enough was enough. A massive intervention was aggressively deployed to protect your spiritual destiny. The universe forcefully removed these energy vampires from your immediate environment. The sudden exit of these people was not a tragedy at all. It was a strict divine quarantine. Heaven placed you in total isolation to protect you from a deadly spiritual infection. You are being kept completely safe, while the toxic ties are being permanently severed. Do not grieve the loss of people who were actively destroying you. They were heavy anchors, trying to pull your magnificent ship to the bottom of the ocean. The divine quarantine is the highest form of heavenly protection available to a chosen one. God had to empty your crowded table before serving the massive feast of your wealth. You need clean space. Now let me reveal what is happening on the other side of the veil. The people who betrayed you are currently watching your steady rise in absolute panic. They thought they had permanently destroyed your reputation with their malicious gossip. They truly believed you would completely fall apart without their toxic presence in your life. But they made a fatal miscalculation. They forgot that you belong to the kingdom of the highest power. The boomerang of divine justice has already been released from the courts of heaven. The traps they carefully dug for you have become the very pits they are falling into today. They are completely starving in the dark because they no longer have access to your pure and sustaining light. Your heavy silence is literally driving your ancient enemies completely crazy. They stalk your life from a distance and wonder why you are not entirely broken. They expected you to beg for their fake love and toxic validation, but instead, you are standing incredibly tall in your quiet authority. You are glowing with a brand new frequency that absolutely terrifies them. This is the spectacular vindication of the ultimate cycle breaker. You do not need to fight them or defend your good name in public. Your massive success and profound peace will be the loudest revenge you could ever take. Heaven is handling your enemies with absolute precision while you safely rest in your protected sanctuary. The war is already won. So wipe your tears and stop looking back at the burning bridges. The people you left behind cannot survive in the high altitude of your new destiny. Embrace this beautiful divine quarantine with a grateful and deeply peaceful heart. You are being completely sealed off from the toxic drama of the lower world. A brand new chapter of pure clarity is beginning. You have survived the toxic storm. You are safely hidden inside the divine quarantine. But now you must master the most difficult lesson of all, because heaven requires your absolute focus. The world outside is constantly screaming for your attention every single day, and they desperately want you to panic and react. But the Holy Spirit does not shout over the loud chaos. The divine voice only speaks in a gentle whisper. You cannot hear the subtle directions of heaven if your mind is full of static. You are constantly absorbing the bad news and the heavy fears of the lower matrix. And this toxic noise creates a massive interference with your spiritual receiver while you try to pray. You must intentionally turn down the volume of the physical world. Disconnect from the endless scrolling and the bitter complaints of broken people. True obedience is not about striving harder to prove your human worth. The system taught you to constantly hustle and grind for basic survival. But heaven demands a completely different approach from a chosen one today, because you are never meant to struggle. Your highest form of obedience is actually your radical rest. You must surrender your desperate need to control every single outcome. Let the heavy burden fall from your weary hands. Find a quiet room and simply sit in the heavy silence. Do not bring a long list of desperate requests to the throne today. The Holy Spirit exactly knows what you need before you even speak a single word of sorrow. Just breathe slowly and allow your racing thoughts to finally settle down. You are building a secure landing pad for the massive revelation that is about to arrive. Your human flesh will aggressively resist this quiet surrender at first. Your mind will tell you that resting is incredibly lazy and dangerous. It will urge you to get up and fix the broken pieces of your life before everything falls apart completely. But you must command your anxious soul to be perfectly still. The frantic energy of panic will only repel the financial miracles you are waiting to receive. The Holy Spirit operates strictly on the high frequency of perfect peace. When you finally quiet your restless spirit, the divine signal becomes incredibly strong and clear. You will stop second-guessing your deep intuition and your powerful inner knowing. Every quiet nudge in your spirit is actually a specific coordinate being downloaded directly from heaven. You are receiving the exact map to your total freedom. Silence is not empty space because it is completely packed with divine answers. When you remain quiet, your enemies assume you are weak and entirely defeated. But your silence is actually a blinding wall of fire that completely confuses their dark and malicious agenda. A quiet master of reality never needs to explain their divine moves to anyone. You simply move in the dark and let the massive results speak. You have successfully passed the brutal test of patience. You did not break down when the intense pressure squeezed your beautiful soul. Because you learned how to wait in the dark, heaven finally trusts you with the ultimate kingdom light. The heavy fog of confusion is completely lifting from your weary mind right now. You are fully aligned and securely connected to the highest power of the universe. Do not let anything distract you from this exact frequency. The timeline of your long waiting season is literally expiring today. You must prepare your physical body to hold a massive upgrade of divine energy because the old containers are too small. The quiet whispers of the Holy Spirit are about to turn into a roaring thunder of undeniable victory. Heaven is getting ready to drop the ultimate secret into your spirit. My beloved child, the deep silence you cultivated is about to shatter. The answers you begged for at 3 in the morning are actively arriving. The divine lock is clicking open because your energetic vibration perfectly matches the heavy kingdom key. Stay perfectly still and listen with your entire soul today. The ultimate revelation of your magnificent destiny is officially here. The moment of absolute divine impact has finally arrived. Your long and bitter winter is officially over today. The heavy ice that froze your spiritual and financial progress is rapidly melting. The Holy Spirit is stepping directly into your physical reality right now. Listen with your entire soul right now, because the ultimate revelation from heaven is actively downloading into your thirsty spirit. I promise to reveal the exact mechanism that blocked your blessings. The hidden saboteur was never your lack of faith. The elite forces deployed a low frequency of fear to trap your brain in a constant state of panic. They hijacked your survival instincts to blind your spiritual vision completely, but the Holy Spirit is shattering that artificial matrix right now. Your pure divine frequency is fully restored today. A massive generational wealth transfer has just been signed in the courts of heaven. Archangel Michael himself stamped the final decree. Your specific name is written in bright letters of fire on the divine ledger. The resources stolen from your ancestors are being aggressively pulled back, and heaven is routing a supernatural abundance directly to your bloodline because your faith shattered the curse. You asked the universe for a clear map of direction. The Holy Spirit is officially giving you the final instruction. You must completely stop trying to force heavy doors open with your human strength. The divine strategy is no longer about hustling for basic crumbs. Your only job is to stand perfectly still and receive the massive harvest while the universe does the heavy lifting. The silence after the storm hits incredibly different when you finally realize the absolute truth. You were never the poor victim trying to survive the heavy rain. My beautiful chosen one, you were the magnificent storm all along. The dark forces tried to bury you in the dirt, but they did not realize they were planting a highly explosive seed of pure divine power. Within the next 72 hours, expect a sudden and radical financial miracle. The heavy debts that suffocated you are being permanently erased from the record. Financial doors that violently rejected you in the past will suddenly swing wide open. This is not a lucky coincidence. This is the exact divine provision that heaven promised to the ultimate cycle breaker of the family. You are the royal heir of the highest kingdom. Children who belong to the kingdom are not born to live off the tiny leftovers that fall from the table. You were born to walk through this life with the supreme awareness that you have a seat at my table. You do not belong on the cold floor begging for scraps anymore. Your season of absolute royalty has officially begun in the unseen realm. The spiritual gap between you and the massive breakthrough is completely closed. The angels are actively moving massive physical resources into your daily path. Your physical eyes are about to see the shocking manifestation of your quiet faith. The painful delays are instantly cancelled, and heaven is accelerating your timeline to catch up for all the years you lost to the darkness while you were busy healing others. The fragile empath who constantly begged to be understood is entirely gone. That old version of you is permanently dead today. You have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality. You now possess the supreme authority to dictate the energetic weather around you. The enemy cannot touch you because your aura is vibrating at an unbelievably high and blinding frequency that repels all negative attacks. The Holy Spirit has spoken the final word over your magnificent destiny. Your victory is completely guaranteed, but there is a very specific spiritual protocol required to fully secure this massive upgrade. The universe needs you to physically claim your divine birthright before the enemy tries to scramble the signal again. Prepare yourself for the most important step of this journey. Your generational wealth transfer has been fully approved by heaven. The long waiting season is over. But wait, do not celebrate just yet. Do not drop your guard. And while you prepare to receive your massive breakthrough, the enemy is in an absolute panic because they see your rapid rise. They have laid one final, fatal illusion right before your doorstep. 99% of chosen ones fall for this exact snare. The final trap is an illusion of the past. A toxic person might suddenly return to your life with a fake apology, or a deceptive financial opportunity will pop up out of nowhere. You must ignore these distractions completely. And if you allow these clever temptations to steal your focus, you will drop your high vibration right before the finish line. Keep your eyes forward. Heaven requires a physical container to hold this frequency. If you hesitate at the threshold, the enemy will scramble the signal. You must anchor this reality right now. Do not stay passive in this critical moment. Because the window of opportunity is shifting very quickly, you need a permanent spiritual signature to lock this timeline today. Listen to me very carefully. You must make a physical move to claim your birthright. Type 777 in the comments right now. This is not a random sequence of numbers, and when you type these digits, You are establishing a blinding wall of fire around your aura. This action acts as a heavy padlock against the dark forces. This comment is your formal declaration. You are telling the universe that you accept the direction. You are refusing to let the enemy steal your joy. The angels are watching your fingers move, and by making this bold statement in the public realm, you are forcing the darkness to acknowledge that you are no longer a target. Stand strong. Now we must activate the second layer of this alignment. The universe operates on the flawless law of the harvest. You cannot expect an overflow if you refuse to plant a seed. True abundance requires an energetic exchange. And when you willingly release a portion of your resources, you trigger the supernatural multiplication of the kingdom. Just 3 days ago, a weary chosen one stepped out in radical faith. She sowed a financial seed into this ministry. Within 48 hours, a completely unexpected bank transfer cleared all her heavy debts. That exact same angelic protocol is hovering over your life. And while you sit in this quiet room, reading these words, heaven is waiting for your physical move to unleash the exact same miracle. Do not let fear convince you to hold on to lack. Sow a massive financial seed today using super thanks to activate your overflow. This is your tangible sacrifice before the highest courts. Your seed establishes a direct connection between your account and the infinite treasury. And this powerful transaction creates an unbreachable wall of protection that permanently breaks the financial famine in your family lineage. The enemy wants you to stay stingy. They want you to remain poor forever. Break that generational curse of lack right now. Your scarcity mind is dead. When you give generously, you declare your absolute trust. And because you are honoring the source of all life, the universe will cause your fields to produce a massive harvest. Your double honor is ready for download. By typing the numbers and sowing your seed, you seal this reality. You are locking the shield against every dark parasite. The spiritual signature is officially recorded. And no demonic force can ever steal what has been legally established by your own hand in the unseen world today. Look at how the atmosphere is shifting. The heavy anxiety is leaving your body. The financial doors are clicking open. You have successfully anchored your soul to absolute victory. And as the dark clouds completely vanish from your view, you will begin to see the physical evidence of the blessings you claimed. The wait is over. Take another slow breath and feel the deep peace. You have done your part. You have followed the protocol. The enemy is defeated. Their traps are completely shattered. And because you obeyed the gentle voice of the Holy Spirit today, you are stepping into a life of effortless abundance and divine protection. Walk in your royalty. You have securely locked the heavy shield around your life. The intense battle that drained your energy is officially over today. You do not need to fight the unseen forces anymore. Your quiet authority has permanently replaced your desperate need to survive. And while the rest of the world continues to panic in the loud chaos, you are standing on solid rock. You are finally safe inside this divine sanctuary. Lay down every heavy stone you have carried for so many years. You do not need to figure out the exact details of tomorrow. The Holy Spirit is already waiting for you in your future. Every past mistake is thrown into the deepest ocean of total forgetfulness. Because heaven has officially cleared your record today, you do not owe the darkness a single explanation. The slate is perfectly clean for your new beginning. You are completely protected inside this sacred space right now. The violent storm has passed, and your new timeline is perfectly secure. But outside this protected space, there is a gentle soul sitting in the dark. They are crying the exact same tears you cried yesterday. Share this message to become a prophetic voice that saves a bleeding soul out there in the cold darkness. You are not just a survivor of a terrible tragedy. You are a bright beacon of pure light for your entire family. When you send this word to someone else, you throw a lifeline to them. They desperately need to hear that heaven has not forgotten their name. And as you help heal their broken spirit tonight, the universe multiplies the massive peace inside your own heart. Now it is time for your weary physical body to completely rest. The profound exhaustion you feel in your bones will finally vanish tonight. You do not need to constantly strive for love or acceptance anymore. Close your eyes and feel the gentle warmth of divine energy wrapping around you. Because the angels are heavily guarding your room tonight, no dark presence can ever touch your dreams. You can stop holding your breath in absolute fear. The heavy pressure is permanently lifting from your tight chest right now. Breathe in the sweet fragrance of total freedom and absolute victory. Exhale all the toxic worry that kept you awake for so many long nights. The divine creator holds your fragile heart with incredibly tender care while you slowly drift into a deep slumber. You will wake up tomorrow morning as a completely different person. The anxiety that greeted you at dawn is permanently evicted from your home. You will open your eyes with the quiet confidence of a royal heir. You will no longer react to the petty drama of broken people around you, and when they try to steal your peace, your silence will be your most powerful weapon. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. The generational curses of poverty and depression stopped at your door today. Your descendants will inherit massive wealth and profound joy because you survived the fire. You took the heavy blows of the enemy so your children would walk in pure light. Heaven salutes your immense bravery and your beautifully tender soul. Let your mind become entirely still and wonderfully empty right now. The Holy Spirit is singing a gentle lullaby over your weary spirit. Every single cell in your physical body is being aggressively healed and fully restored. You are fiercely protected and unconditionally loved by the highest power of the vast universe. Sink deeper into the soft mattress and let go of everything completely. The morning will bring a glorious new sunrise over your beautiful life. The dark winter is gone, and your magnificent spring has officially blossomed. Rest well, my precious child, because your massive victory is already securely anchored. You do not have to fight the heavy current anymore, because the gentle river of grace is carrying you safely home. Sleep well tonight in perfect and unbroken divine peace.